Online high school graduation. My name is Jennifer Bell, and I'm a teacher here at Summit Trails, and I'm pleased to be your MC this evening. Prior to the beginning of our program, I have to review a few housekeeping items. The ceremony is going to last approximately an hour. If you at any time need to use the washroom, they can be found at the rear exit in the main hallway. We would ask that you quietly and respectfully leave and return to your seats. All photography is taken care of by professionals near the stage, so while the graduates are crossing the stage, we ask that you remain seated. The professional photos are provided free of charge to all families. We thank you in advance. The exits in case of emergency are to my right. So those seated to the left, please exit to the rear and then turn left. And those seated on the right can exit to the right out front. Please stand for the student procession performed by Bella Vita Strings. Please remain standing. We will start tonight with a land acknowledgement. Rocky View Schools acknowledges and recognizes all the Indigenous peoples whose footprints have marked these lands from time immemorial. Together, we can learn and honor the ways of knowing of Indigenous peoples and all peoples for future generations. Please remain standing for the playing of O Canada. Please be seated. So today is a very exciting day for Summit Trails High School. It's a celebration of the perseverance and determination of our students, and it marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter in their lives. We are incredibly proud to have been part of their journey, and we can't wait to see what they do next. At this time, I would like to formally welcome Trustee Shelley Kinley, Superintendent Greg Luderbach, and Principal Dave Smith, all of Summit Trails teachers, students, parents, and friends. Thank you all for coming today. I've heard it said that anything worth doing is going to be difficult, and everything difficult is worth the effort. Students, we are here to celebrate your success. However you made it, you got here. Today, we celebrate you. So this year, Trustee Shelley Kinley is going to bring greetings from the Board of Trustees.
Welcome, graduates. It is a privilege being here tonight to celebrate graduation with you and your honored guests. Your academic efforts and perseverance have brought us here tonight. We are here to celebrate you. Graduation is a milestone. You've reached the trail's end of your K-12 education. Many years ago, you didn't know the direction or path your life would take, or what you would need for success. Were there obstacles? Definitely. Challenges? Absolutely. Loss, interrupted learning, each of you had your own hurdles to overcome. By choosing Summit Trails, you have curated your own future success. The skills you use daily are crucial. They're life skills, setting realistic goals, being flexible, problem solving, digital literacy, time management, and sometimes the most difficult of all, self-motivation. All highly employable, essential skills needed in today's work and learning communities. Take a moment to look around and recognize the success of all your fellow graduates. Thank those who have supported you throughout the years. Teachers, family, and friends. They are all just so proud of you. Next month, after the finality of exams, contemplate the next leg of your journey. Set your sights on living a life of abundance. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dream. Quote by Walt Disney. Pack your days with opportunity. Dream big and believe. Be a great friend and stay close to the friends and family who are important to you. But be open to new friends. Travel whenever, wherever you can. Volunteer in your community or abroad. It adds so much value to life. Hone your work ethic and be active. Live well, graduates. To the Summit Trails graduating class of 2025, Rockview Schools Board of Trustees offer their heartfelt congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you. We are also honored to have Superintendent Greg Luderbach with us. Greg has been RVS's Superintendent of Schools and has served as the superintendent since 2016. He has a wealth of experience in the public K-12 education sector. Over the span of his career, he has worked for school boards and educational institutions across Canada and has risen through the ranks from teacher to superintendent for 2 different school divisions. Greg is retiring at the end of this year, and it is our privilege to have him with us tonight.
This is when you know it's time to retire. I'm looking at the notes up here. They're in about 12-point font. And if you can see, you can probably read them from back there, right? This is when you know it's time to go. So good evening, graduates, families and friends, distinguished guests, and our important Summit Trail staff. Tonight we're here to celebrate the grads for achieving something remarkable, and not just earning a diploma, but really doing it in a fully online environment where you get to demonstrate and practice your resilience, your adaptability, and self-discipline. And your journey was unique. You attended classes from different places. You connected with teachers and peers through screens, and you proved that learning is not bound by a distance or a space, no physical boundaries. And while some people in the audience might think that online education, lacks connection, kids don't know each other, they're not connected to their teachers, I beg to differ. I think what the students here have demonstrated is the exact opposite. They've built connections despite the distance. You've stretched beyond kind of the traditional classroom. You've had different experiences, and then you've needed to embrace technology to facilitate you to be a learner. And so now, more than ever, the world demands those types of skills. Somebody who can navigate change, somebody who can think independently, somebody who can innovate in uncertain times. When you needed to make sure the teacher thought you were still in class and you figured out how to have your mouse jiggle every once in a while that you were still there. You figured that out too. So you're pioneers. You're out there doing this. And there's not a lot of people, honestly, that have done what you've done already. And so you have that opportunity to take that learning and apply it out there in the real world. And so whether that is you're off to school right away, that might be you're going into the workforce, that might be hoping that you're going to continue your hockey career somewhere, that might be that you're not totally sure what it's going to be, but you've got dreams and you figure out day by day how you're going to advance those dreams. Remember that the skills you've learned here at Summit Trails will serve you well. And as you move forward, remember that learning never stops. You're not finished. You're not finished today. You're not finished on June 20, when you finish your last diploma. But you got to continue to learn. And you got to build on those relationships like Trustee Kinley talked about. Stay curious, stay flexible, stay courageous, and keep challenging what you can do. You have a whole team around you to help you be successful. And those team include your friends and family that are here with you today, the amazing staff, your family members. All those people are here to help support you, to make sure that you can continue to experience success, however that works for you. And don't get caught up in what that looks like for somebody else. Make sure that you know what your success looks like. So congratulations, graduates of Summit Trails Online High School. You've done it.
Thank you, Mr. Ludebach. This year has been a remarkable one, and I'm pleased to have our principal, Mr. David Smith, address the students and parents. Mr. Smith has been an administrator in RVS for over 18 years now. His passion is student mental wellness and cultural growth, and yes, learning with technology for a generation of students who are geared to success. Principal Smith, we welcome you to the podium.
All right, speech number 3. You guys doing all right? Awesome. What a privilege it is to be here. Before I jump into things, students, Mr. Ludebach mentioned this one phrase, doing online in a way that hasn't been done before. And that's real. How you've experienced your learning over this year or the past 3 years from some of you is unique in Alberta, dare I say Canada. So congratulations. Walking the stage, it's a big deal. You know, there's actually over 100 of you that graduated, and the 40 of you that are here right now are taking that risk and that, dare I say, enjoyment of walking across this stage in front of everyone to say, I did it. I've completed this chapter, and now I'm ready to move on. This physical act that you're doing here is a tradition that is steeped in your responsibility to step into adulthood. Pretty cool. Though we often don't feel ready, but that's sort of the point, isn't it? In fact, every course that you took, the next step up, you felt not really ready, because when you started, the whole point of the course is to challenge you. And this is now the next step. But I want to share just a couple little things that maybe we touched on this year as a school. Generations. You're a unique generation. And I say that positively. My generation were the X-gens. My parents were boomers. They did an amazing job of setting up our country with financial means and really set the bar. Their worry for my generation was that I wouldn't just rest on them, aka live in their basements until, the money ran out, as it were. So that was the worry with my generation. The other worry with my generation is to handle mental health. And so there was still a lot of things that we were working on. And then we wore way too much flannel. And so, that was another issue for sure. Your generation, though, comes with some really unique things. And we've talked about this a little bit throughout the year, but I just want to hone in on one thing. There is this side of your gen that talks about a rise in anxiety, like generally across the entire world, not just in Alberta, with your generation. A rise in a fear of taking risks in life and stepping into independence. And it's really interesting because stepping into independence requires this level of risk. Can I do it? And that goes through all our minds for every adolescent. But for you, for the generation that has had the world in their pockets and access to you, you are a unique generation. You're also unique because your parents didn't actually grow up with a cell phone from birth, right? Like I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 20, okay? Yes, there was technology, but it was like an Apple IIe. You don't even know what that is. Okay, Charles, you know what that is. Fair enough. So our upbringing was still rooted without technology in terms of wiring. Your upbringing is a hybrid because your parents grew up with not having tech in this way, and you grew up having tech at a young age, and it's melding together. Here's why this is really powerful. You're going to be needed for the next generation to make sure that the things that we do in our world are going in the right direction. The generation after you, the great rewiring, as it were, they start with technology from birth, and it's different for them. So for you, here's what I need to say. Take a risk in life. You came to Summit Trails, and when you came, you were asking the question, should I really do this? Like, I'm going to university. Are they going to accept online? I'm stepping away from my friends at school, whether I like them or hate them. I'm still stepping away from them. I'm stepping away from this social construct that's all this we've ever known, and I'm choosing something different. You stepped out, and that is a big deal. And here's what's neat about that. Your next step, you're mentally already prepped for it. For this level of independence, for maybe going to college post-secondary, maybe going to your new job, starting a new relationship, whatever it is, you're actually already prepped to say, actually, I've sort of done this once, and it was tough, and it was bumpy, but I did it. And like your day, it's amazing. How many students do you know that decide what happens in their day? You decided every day what was going to happen, whether or not you were going to sleep in and miss your class, whether or not you were going to do the assignment at 2 o'clock when the class was, or at 9 o'clock. You decided. In this next step in your life, you're going to be making these same decisions. And so I want you to feel prepared, because we believe that you are. The last thing I want to share with you is just the awareness of what's going on around you. As you step into the workforce, as you step into maybe going to school, Be aware of what's happening around you. Engage and do good. We need you. We need you to blend these things together. We need you to take your amazing intelligences of worlds and take it to the next level. And we have huge confidence in you to do that. Our teachers that are sitting here, they are very proud of you. And they have seen an escalation in how well this particular class did in their academics. I track it. You guys know, right? Because some of you, are like, yeah, I was in class the other day. I'm like, no, you weren't. I can see exactly where you were. I see exactly when you do work, when you handed things in. Even I look at your marks because I want to make sure that we're doing right by you. And I've been so impressed by what you have accomplished. And the last thing I want to say is many of you have gone through some extreme hardships. Sometimes we come to online because we need a break from what's going on in life. And you have now gone through some of these things, and you're coming out the other side. And again, this is a big deal. I am proud of you to become adults, and I look forward to seeing where you go next. And please let us know. Send me an email. It's not going to change, right? Send me an email. Mr. Smith, this is what I'm doing. I would love to hear from you. I'm proud of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Okay. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Matthew Banuk and Mr. Dan Wimmer to come to the stage to introduce our valedictorian.
I have to raise this for myself. Are we good? Yeah. Perfect. Good evening, everyone. Welcome guests, faculty, and most important, graduates. We are here to introduce our valedictorian tonight, but before we get to that, we have a couple of words for the graduates. This speech is going to be a little different than the prior ones. I'm a math science teacher. It's going to be a little shorter, a little more succinct in the words. So it's crazy to think that the school year is almost over, right? We're approaching the end, and you're all going to be taking your next steps into the future, whatever those may be. Tonight is a celebration for all of you. It's not just a celebration for a valedictorian. You've all completed and achieved a lot, right? Over the last couple years, it wasn't easy. And sometimes and often, it probably wasn't fun either. But you've all achieved greatness. So congrats to each and every one of you for the accomplishment of making it here tonight. And whatever you choose to do in the future, approach with curiosity and passion.
Thank you. You guys remember when I told you don't need math because you've got a calculator on your phone? Pretty good speech, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Mine turned off here. Here we go. So our valedictorian, got to make this, Mr. Luderbach, I need your font size here. So what sets our valedictorian apart is not only her academic excellence and her consistent achievement in all of our courses, certainly in my courses. Your courses?
Yep, my courses.
Okay, but her extraordinary ability to engage deeply with complex texts and philosophical ideas, whether that's analyzing existentialist literature or exploring the moral ambiguities of classical tragedies, or exploring the dark side of the moon. You know what that means. Our valedictorian demonstrates a level of thoughtfulness and nuance that goes far beyond what is typical at the high school level. Her written work is precise, persuasive, and often provocative, reflecting both a mature command of language and a mind unafraid to grapple with difficult questions. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yeah, for sure. So Jennifer Dumanovsky is our valedictorian for this school year. She's come up, she's in back. No, hold on for a sec. Jennifer is an incredibly dedicated and hardworking student that I have taught through all 3 years of high school. Her constant desire to truly understand the subject matter has stood out throughout the entire time. Somehow, Jennifer has ended up with myself for 3 courses this semester. And so in spite of getting to hear me for 75% of every day, she still shows up every day ready and eager to learn. And it's consistent, right? There's no better word or way to describe her. And so now, please join us in welcoming to the stage Jennifer Dumanovsky.
Excuse me. Well, sorry about that. Okay. Good evening, parents, faculty, staff, esteemed guests, and my fellow graduates. My name is Jennifer Dumanovsky. I'm honored to be standing here on the stage as this year's valedictorian. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, great, another speech, more platitudes about following our dreams and changing the world. And you know what? You're not entirely wrong. That is usually how these things go. But I promise I'm going to try my best to avoid all the cheesy cliches, for the most part. First off, congratulations to my fellow graduates. It's not every day you graduate from high school, and certainly not in a world full of so many worries and problems. Wars, illness, poverty, college decisions, exams, acne. Yet here we are. We made it. And thank you for being here today. Before diving into my speech, I want to first give my thanks and gratitude to all who have helped me throughout high school. I want to take a moment to thank all the teachers at Summit Trails. Thank you for your support, your patience, and for putting up with the late assignments. Your encouragement has helped me and so many others get through those tough weeks, especially when there would be like 3 exams in 1 week. But it wasn't all stress. Some assignments I enjoyed very much. One of my favorites was in Mr. Rimmer's English class, where we got to analyze a concept album. I picked Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and I had a great time digging into the history and themes of one of the greatest albums of the 20th century. A humongous thank you to my mom and dad. My parents helped install a great amount of curiosity in me, and have taught me how to be independent, compassionate, a critical thinker, honest, responsible, and determined. I would not be who I am today without them. They have always taught me that even when the going seems tough, to never let your head go underwater. Life can be hard and full of things you don't want to do. My parents have taught me to accept them and to always do my best in every task I'm confronted with. Also, a big thank you to my sister Jessica and my brother James. They have never ceased to make me laugh and to lift me up when I'm feeling down. Reflecting on the high school journey as a whole, I'll borrow a line from Charles Dickens. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. We pulled all-nighters that would make owls jealous, lived off caffeine and juggled extracurriculars. But our high school experience wasn't quite like the ones in movies. There were no crowded hallways, no awkward locker moments, and certainly no trudging through rain, sleet, or snow to catch a bus. Most of us stayed holed up in our bedrooms. And maybe you've seen Hollywood high school movies and thought we might have missed out. But honestly, I don't think any of us would have wanted our high school experience to be like the High School Musical. For many of us, going to Summit Trails was an awesome thing. It provided a different kind of environment that offered flexibility, allowing us to learn at our own pace in our own space. It fostered a sense of independence and self-direction that will serve us in the years to come. It allowed us to connect with a diverse group of peers, not limited by where we live. We learned to collaborate virtually, to communicate effectively online, and to manage our time with a level of autonomy that traditional classrooms often lack. We weren't defined by popularity contests. Summit Trails High School has certainly allowed me and every other graduate here to be able to thrive in their education the way they wanted to. Before joining Summit Trails, I was homeschooled, and before that, I attended Glenbow Elementary School in Cochrane. Going to a traditional school never worked out for me. I was usually bored, and while I was very eager to learn new things, the pace at elementary school was slow for me. At Summit Trails, I had the freedom to work at my own speed, the autonomy to balance school with fun, and the ability to just stand up and walk around whenever I wanted. Talking to some of the students here, I realized there were many things we were all able to relate to. I made a lasting friendship with a student here. We like to talk about music and the author and poet Edgar Allan Poe. Pretty random, but it's those unexpected connections that, to me, make experiences meaningful. They remind me that success isn't just about good grades or sole dedication to schoolwork. It's about the relationships we build, the conversations that challenge us, and the small, quiet moments that stick with us. We're often told a lot about what success is supposed to look like. Fame, wealth, degrees, titles, careers, likes, beauty. You can see this in movie, TV shows, and all throughout mainstream media. We live in a world where people feel the need to be someone they are not. Meet beauty standards that are impossible to meet, or have to do something solely because it is trending. But real success isn't measured in the number of likes you get in a TikTok video, nor is it measured by the titles or accolades achieved. In a world full of noise and pressure, thankfully my parents have always kept things in perspective, with a lot of humor and just the right amount of wisdom. Out of all the quotes and sayings my parents have told me, one of the quotes that has stuck with me the most is one my dad said many years ago. Claiming that this quote was an ancient Japanese adage, my dad told me it was important to never serve cold soup. The entire quote was just a ridiculously funny joke, but it taught me something very important, even though it had no initial meaning. It always makes me laugh and reminds me to have a fun, silly side. The quote also reminds me to stay positive and made me realize that it is the simple, small, seemingly insignificant family times that we remember the most. Having positive relationships with others, helping others, and being respectful and kind creates more impact for people than anything else. I worked hard to earn a high GPA and to be standing here today. I'm proud to say I'll be attending the Schulich School of Engineering at the University of Calgary, fueled by my love for building things. 2 years ago, I built 3 fully functional desk drawers entirely out of cardboard, because why not? As I look ahead, I'm excited to keep learning and growing. I've learned that being industrious and persistent are great qualities, but they shouldn't come at the expense of others or of ourselves. I was often seen as a perfectionist by some of my teachers. While being called a perfectionist can be a compliment, I have come to understand that perfectionism can be quite motivating and at the same time quite limiting. Despite pouring in all the sweat, blood, and tears, it's not possible to get 100% on every single assignment, quiz, or test. Sometimes you fall short. Sometimes you procrastinate. Sometimes life simply gets in the way. I've learned that perfection is not the goal, and it never was. As one of my teachers once told me, perfection is the enemy of good. And I've come to see how true that is. When you chase perfection too hard, you can forget your family, your friends, and the joy of simply living. One should never get carried away with achieving goals. The ultimate goal in life is being with the ones you care about. As Lewis Carroll, author of Alice in Wonderland, once wrote, one of the secrets of life is all that is really worth doing is what we do for others. We're entering a world that needs compassion more than competition, that needs critical thinkers more than conformists, that needs authenticity over popular trends and honesty over misinformation. Our generation's inheriting enormous challenges and incredible opportunities. Whether we become engineers, doctors, artists, entrepreneurs, plumbers, janitors, or anything else, we have a chance to shape this world into something more just, more kind, and more honest. And it just starts by being there for others. Class of 2025, it has been a splendid 3 years with you. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very best. And wherever life takes you, please remember to never serve cold soup. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to honor each graduate individually. Students will be presented with a Summit Trails Certificate of Commencement. Each graduate will receive a rose symbolizing the freshness of the journey ahead. Ms. Somerville and Ms. Head will be announcing student names, and Mr. Smith will be handing the certificate to their students. As stated earlier, we ask that you please not approach the stage. We have platinum photography taking professional photos, and these will be provided free of charge and will be available in a couple of weeks. Students, Mr. Crawley will be asking you to come line by line through the doors and up to the stage.
Kai Baldwin. Alexia Bond Patterson. Cruz Chase. Thanks to all my family, teachers, and friends who helped me get through every day of school, Cruz plans to pursue hockey and then attend post-secondary. Arshvir Chokart. Thank you to my family who have always been with me no matter what. Tai Chung. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Caden Decker. Connor Diggins. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. Connor plans to join the army. Jennifer Dumanovsky. I'm on my way. I can go the distance. Disney's Hercules. Dane Hark. I would like to thank my parents for assisting through some difficult times, and the truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Dane's goals include traveling, going to SAIT, and starting his life as a young adult. Ashley Hearn. Ashley will be taking software development at SAIT.
Julia Heidbert. $100. The ad said $3,000. Wyatt Hunt. I want to thank my dad for teaching me the value of hard work and my mom for showing me the importance of staying true to myself, and my brother Austin for challenging me to be better and for keeping that sibling rivalry alive. Aiden Kellen. Sienna Kuipers. Don't cry because it is over, smile because it happened. Zoe Lang. To infinity and beyond, Zoe wants to be a forensic analyst.
Jordan Lowen. I would like to thank my family for all their support, encouragement, and understanding. I couldn't have done it without you. Jordan plans on taking a gap year, saving a bunch of money, and then deciding what to do. Peyton McDonald. Aislinn McKay. My mom made a huge impact on my life and was always there to help me through the rough times, and my dad taught me to stay strong no matter what. Aislinn wants to become a practical nurse at the Children's Hospital. Kai McMillan. Asher Mulder. One of my science teachers always said, make good choices, be good people. And I think that's a good way to go about life. Asher would like to make some money.
Brianne Nuttall. Brianne plans on taking a Bachelor's of English to become a writer after a gap year. Calvin Osanitola. Kiara Palmer. Kiara would like to thank her mom. She had me super young, but never let that stand in her way of always being there and supporting all my crazy choices in life. Kiara would like to travel and dabble in photography. Cameron Peters. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Wyatt Plant. Mistakes are a fact of life. It's the response to those mistakes that counts. Thank you for my dad, who has always been there for me no matter what. Wyatt will be attending SAIT and becoming a journeyman.
Oak Rasmussen. High school is finally over. University is so much better. Oak is currently taking a BA in psychology and plans to get a master's degree to become a therapist. Charles Ridgway. Planting seeds for trees I may never see, for I am not alone, I'm a link in a legacy. Charles would like to go into gene therapy. Zane Rowbottom. I would like to thank my mom for always standing by my side and pushing to be my best and pursue my dreams. Annika Rutten. I want to thank my mom for helping and supporting me. Joshua Skimmings. Joshua wants to study international business at Mount Royal University.
Connor Thane. All bleeding eventually stops. Tyson Tozer. Tegan Takanich. School wasn't the best, but what can you do? At the end of the day, it's night. Tegan plans to take a gap year and then try to get into equine reproduction at Olds College. Grace Irwin. Thank you to my mom, dad, and brother. Without their help, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you for helping me become the person I am. Grace would like to become a criminal lawyer.
Sarah Vansio. To those who helped to get me here, you mean more than words can say. Teddy Watson. While it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing. Uncle Ira, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Teddy plans on studying linguistics at U of T in the fall. Emma Westlake. Thank you to my family for always supporting me and to my wonderful teachers for always guiding me and pushing me towards success. Emma plans on taking criminology or justice studies to one day become a detective.
Yeah, man. Well, students, congratulations. Take in the moment, enjoy this time, spend time with your loved ones and family, and celebrate. It's okay to celebrate you. Before we exit, I have to do this. I've been told every year you keep forgetting, Mr. Smith. I got to take your picture. So, can you please rise? For posterity, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, you guys look fantastic. And on the count of 3, because you said you're going to do it, here we go. We're tossing. 1, 2, up you go. Yeah! Well done. Go ahead, Jen. Let's stop.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2025. Thank you to all the volunteers today, both students and teachers. After the procession, we invite you to have a dessert and drink in the foyer, take a picture in the graduation wall, and just enjoy and spend some time. We ask that everyone please remain seated until the graduates have left the auditorium.